friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
And we're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and wine. So if that is something that interests you, please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And now it's time for movie and TV news and pulp culture discussion. It's a short one this week, folks, but we have lots and lots of other information because we've been a little behind. Okay, so the writers and actors strike has happened, as you guys have probably heard, and so right now everything is on hold, unfortunately. So a lot of things we were planning on have been pushed back, you know, i.e. Yellowstone for Rochelle over there, mainly.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah, lots of things unfortunately aren't going to happen now until this gets resolved, and it feels like there's no resolve anytime soon. I did read that the SAG president put out there that they'd like to go back to the negotiating table, and the Hollywood board of directors, whoever they are, said no at this point. They don't even want to talk. So everyone's trying to hold this, like, you know, what do they call that?
Yeah.
This firm stance.
Yeah, they're digging in.
Yeah, they want to, I guess they're trying to see, like, no, let's just push you for longer since you're doing this. It's so
That's
ridiculous.
so dumb.
It really is. It really is. And also because of that, so now the Emmys, which was supposed to come out in September, or air in September, sorry, has been pushed back to who knows when. So that will now not happen in September as originally planned. So when we, on our last podcast, when we gave our Emmy predictions, we'll see when we ever get to know what those come of those.
Okay,
So,
well, that's a bummer. So this may affect some of the stuff. We'll just have to go back to some oldies but goodies.
Right? I mean, I still have a pretty good list of things I want to watch.
Me
so I guess
too,
it's okay if nothing new comes out for a while, and just because of that.
Yeah,
So
we're not going to run out of movies to watch, that's for sure.
Not at all. So John Mulaney has been cast as Plastic Man in the Superman Legacy movie, you know, if and when that ends up coming out. So that should be interesting. I'm not up on all of the villains and or helpers in the Superman lore, so I guess that's a well-known one from what I understand. Lena Dunham from HBO's Girls back in the day is set to direct the live-action Polly Pocket movie, people. This will star Lily Collins, recently of Emily in Paris. I did hear that Mattel, who also owns Polly Pocket, and Barbie, because how well Barbie's doing, he wants to now put out movies, a lot of movies based on their stuff.
Yep. I mean, Barbie's different than Polly Pocket. Are you kidding?
It really is. I guess we have to take a wait and see approach to see what's the concept of this. Because as it is, just thinking about Polly Pocket itself,
it's just a
what do we do?
thing.
What are we doing with this? What are we doing with Polly Pocket? Yeah,
exactly. I don't see many people getting, especially adults, getting excited over Polly Pockets.
No,
but Barbie, that's a whole different thing.
It really is. So yeah, I found this a head scratcher.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
That was a head scratcher. And then finally, Donald Glover and his brother are now set to write the Lando series for Disney Plus. So originally, of course, this is the character from the Star Wars movies who played, I want to say, Han Solo's friend, right? So that's who Lando's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and he was in the Solo movie, the one that was actually called Solo, about a young Han Solo. Uh-huh. Anyway, so they want to do a series for Disney Plus that had set a different writer. The writer dropped out. Don't know why. I don't think it had anything to do with the writer's strike. It just in general, he didn't want to write it. And so now Donald Glover, who starred as Lando, is going to write it along with his brother. So that should be interesting. I like Donald Glover. In general, he writes for Atlanta, that show Atlanta he does. He also used to write for Community when he was on that show. So he has a good ear for these things, so it'll probably be pretty good. And since he plays the character, I think, and he's a Star Wars fan, I think he'll probably do that character justice. So,
okay.
So we will see. So that's what we have for news. Not too much. Again, I think the writer's strike is, a lot of news isn't happening because what's there to really tell? Anyway. All right, now we're going to go over some movies and TV shows that have been out these past 3 weeks. Because yes, we know, folks, we haven't done an episode again in a while. So, first up, we have Barbie. This came out in theaters, starring Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Issa Rae, and America Ferrera. So Barbie and Ken are having the time of their lives in the colorful and seemingly perfect world of Barbie Land. However, when they get a chance to go to the real world, they soon discover the joys and perils of living among humans. This was such a cute show. I will talk about it more in what we watched, but I did enjoy this. It's a fun movie. Then we had Oppenheimer in theaters. This stars Cillian Murphy, Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, and Florence Pugh, along with many others. But the story of the American scientist and his role in the development of the atom bomb. And this is one that Rochelle watched, so she'll talk about it in her what we watched. So, but two good options right there. Then we have They Cloned Tyrone. This is a movie on Netflix and stars Jamie Foxx, John Boyega, and Tiana Paris. So a series of eerie events thrust an unlikely trio onto the trail of a nefarious government conspiracy. I did start to watch this. I haven't finished it, so I won't talk about it until I've finished watching it. But it's very interesting, and I know that's probably part of the story reasoning, but I was already confused with the time period. I'll just say that. Like starting it, because it's like they're talking about things that are now, but they look like they're from the 70s. And I have a feeling it probably has something to do with the plot, but I'm not there yet. So I don't, anyway. I am intrigued, but I just haven't finished it yet.
So it is keeping your...
Yes, keeping my interest. I started it too late at night, and so that's why I haven't finished it yet. Then we have Sweet Magnolia Season 3 on Netflix, starring Joanna Garcia Swisher, Heather Headley, and Brooke Elliott. As you know, this was a favorite series of mine.
Yes.
And I have already watched it, so yes, I will discuss this later. Then we have Special Ops Lioness. This is a new series on Paramount Plus from Taylor Sheridan. Stars Zoe Saldana, Nicole Kidman, Morgan Freeman, and Michael Kelly. So again, this is a spy drama from Yellowstone co-creator Taylor Sheridan that follows different levels of a team that sends women around the world as undercover operatives. I admit I'd forgotten about this series, so only check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd forgotten that came out, so check it out.
So no one panic with the writer's strike. There's plenty to see here.
Exactly. Okay, so moving on to last week. In theaters, we had Haunted Mansion. This stars Lakeith Stanfield, Jamie Lee Curtis, Owen Wilson, and Tiffany Haddish. So a woman and her son enlist a motley crew of so-called spiritual experts to help rid their home of supernatural squatters. It looks okay. I'm not going to probably see this, if ever, maybe when it hits Disney Plus, but I really didn't like the other two movies about this ride at Disney. But maybe this is better. I haven't really heard anything about it, so I don't know how.
Well, it's lost a lot. It cost $200 million to make.
Wow.
And it's not getting the traction that they had hoped for.
Yeah.
And kind of like what you were saying. I mean, I don't know. It's such a
part of the
great
problem
ride.
too may have been that unfortunately they couldn't promote it like they would have because of this strike. So that's true. That's unfortunate. Although I must say, out of all of them, just in terms of going off the trailer, this is the one that most looked like the ride. I have to say, like visually,
I agree. Mm-hmm.
It did look more like than the other two. So I
still want to see it.
Okay.
That is one of my favorite rides at Disney. So.
It is a good one. Then we have The Witcher Season 3, Volume 2 on Netflix, starring Henry Cavill. This, of course, is Cavill's final season, so finally Part 2 is out for you to watch.
Yay! Yay!
So, I just realized I did finish that. I don't think I had that on my list, but I actually did finish that.
So did
I won't say much because I don't want to sway anybody.
We could chat about it.
The Beanie Bubble movie on Apple TV. This stars Elizabeth Banks, Zach Galifianakis, and Sarah Snook. So the unbelievable tale of one of America's most fascinating phenomena, Beanie Babies. Flashing back to the 90s and early 2000s, an in-depth look at how the era-defining zeitgeist came to be. I am curious about that. I actually may watch that. Because I remember how big of a deal they were, and I didn't understand why. But then again, I wasn't into those. I didn't have any children to be into those, so I didn't get it. And then finally for last week, we have Twisted Metal. This is the new series on Peacock. It stars Anthony Mackie, Stephanie Beatrice, Nev Campbell, and Will Arnett. So John Doe, a motor-mouthed outsider with no memory of his past, is offered a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make his wish of finding community come true, but only if he can successfully deliver a mysterious package across a post-apocalyptic,
a tongue twister.
Wasteland. With the help of Quiet, a trigger-happy car thief searching for revenge, he faces twisted martyrs driving vehicles of destruction and other dangers of the open road, including a highway patrolman and a deranged clown who drives an all-too-familiar ice cream truck. This apparently is based on a video game. I admit the trailer for this did not grab me, but I do enjoy Anthony Mackie, so I'll at least check out the first episode. Unlike other Peacock series, this actually released all at once, so you don't have to wait week to week to finish it. So I will check it out and let you know what I think. Okay, and now for this week. We have Meg 2, The Trench.
Oh, boy.
This is in theaters and stars Jason Statham and Wu Jing. So Jonas Taylor leads a research team on an exploratory dive into the deepest depths of the ocean. Their voyage spirals into chaos when a malevolent mining operation threatens their mission and forces them into a high-stakes battle for survival. Pitted against colossal prehistoric sharks and relentless environmental plunderers, they must outrun, outsmart, and outswim their merciless predators. I will see this because I saw the first one, and it was just a fun, not think a lot time with the movies. So I do plan on seeing this because, I enjoy Jason Statham. So two good parts for that. Then we have The Lincoln Lawyer, Season 2, Part 2 on Netflix. Again, starring Manuel Garcia Rolfo and Neve Campbell. Not anything is known about Season 2, Part 2, but if you've been watching, then I guess you just know it's a continuation of wherever it left off. That is the one on my list to check out. I know that Rochelle had started. I don't think she ever finished the first season.
I didn't.
But you like what you saw, right?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll have to go back and watch that.
I really would like to finish watching it too. I did start it again.
Oh.
And started watching even more of it, and so I'm liking it. I just didn't finish it
completely.
Surprisingly.
Then we have Physical, Season 3 on Apple TV, starring Rose Byrne, Zooey Deschanel, Paul Sparks, and Roy Scovel. This is one I've been watching, so I'm very happy. This is going to be its third and final season, so hopefully it ends on a good note. So everything seems to be going great with Sheila's workout becoming national news and her business expanding into other areas, including meditation. This dream comes crashing down when Kelly Kilmartin, a new fitness star, comes on the scene. Threatening to take away everything she has worked for, Sheila becomes more unhinged, making it nearly impossible to succeed in her career and her personal life. I like this show. It's a dark comedy. I'll say that, but I enjoy it. Then we have The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart on Peacock. This stars Sigourney Weaver and Alicia Debman Carey, if I'm saying her name right. So Alice Hart finds her life changing dramatically when her parents die in a mysterious fire, and she is sent to live with her grandmother on a flower farm. This is a series on Peacock. Sigourney Weaver is playing the grandmother. It looks like it might be interesting, so I guess I can add it to the list, but it's going to be far down there. So anyway, those are all the options for this week.
Awesome.
Okay, so what we've been watching this week, first up, or I should say the last few weeks, excuse me. So first up, Rochelle and I went and saw Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, so we thought we'd give you our thoughts on what we thought about it. So this, of course, stars, did we come up with the number? I believe this is number 7 in the series. Let me see. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yes.
It's number 7 in the series.
Yes.
Again, starring Tom Cruise, Ving Rhames, and Simon Pegg as the crime-fighting trio. Sorry, and Rebecca Ferguson is also there, but the other 3 have been in there longer. That's why I mainly stuck to them.
Yes.
Anyway, this time Ethan Hunt is trying to find Rebecca Ferguson's character and retrieve this piece of AI. I swear we've been talking about AI for a lot today, so it's just funny. This piece of AI that we don't want falling into the wrong hands. So I really liked this movie. It was very fun. I thought the story was well done. I know some of the mixed reviews have been that the story isn't that great, but I thought it was good.
I thought it was good too, and I did not have a problem with the story at all.
I thought it was good. I could follow it. It made sense.
Yep.
And of course, the action is great. I mean, he does 80% of his own stunts, which is so crazy to me. So they look great instead of being CGI. Excuse me, gosh. Instead of them being CGI'd all over the place. So yeah, I just thought it was a really good movie. That 2 hours and 45 minutes just flew by.
It did. Yeah, it didn't even seem like that long. So
no, it really did.
In fact, this isn't going to kill anything or give anything away.
Oh, so let's not kill anything with our review, shall we?
We're not going to kill anything. I'm not going to give anything away. But the way that it ended, which was a great segue into the next one.
Yes.
But not really realizing how far we were into the movie, I was like, oh my gosh, I could totally see it continuing. I was totally fine with that. I thought it would continue, and it was like, oh no, this
You're
is
like, it's over.
It's over. we're on to the next one. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of a good sign when you're ready for more.
Yeah, that's true, and you've already been there for a while.
Yeah.
And on even greater news, they filmed this movie all in one sitting. So part 2 is already in the can. The writer's strike is not going to, deter that
That's
at
some
all.
good
It's
news,
everything's already
sister.
been filmed, so that's the great thing. So it will come out next year. At what point next year, I don't know, but at least we know we'll get one, and it's already been shot. So, but I would definitely give this a 5 wine corker. I thought it was great.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's what I would rate it.
Okay.
What about you?
I would say 4.5.
Okay.
But
All right.
I mean, it was really good.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so for what I have been watching, I also in theaters saw Barbie. Oh my gosh, that was so cute, you guys. It did have a deeper meaning than you think it is. It was fun, but it did. It gave you some cute, life lessons that made sense. It had a good message. I loved Barbie. Ken was hilarious. I am a Ryan Gosling fan, though.
I am too.
So I thought they both did a really good job. I thought America Ferrera did a really good job as the human that comes into their midst. I don't know. It was just a cute movie overall. I don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I could watch again, like no problem at all. So for Barbie, I would give it a 4 wine corker. Because there could have been a little bit more to the story, but what it gave was pretty darn good.
Awesome.
And then I watched season 4 of Jack Ryan on Amazon, the 4th and final season. And as you guys know, I complained so much about season 3 when it came out.
I feel your pain. Yes.
They brought it back, Pulse. They ended on a high note. This was very very good. It went back to its normal form. It wasn't. I don't know. Sorry, I won't complain. I commented on enough, but I just
But you know what? I was right there with you because it was like the first one was awesome, and then I went into the second one and I was like, oh, I like this. I do like this one. It wasn't my fave,
right?
But I did like it. And the third one was like, huh. So I'm excited for the 4th, and you like it, so that makes me happy.
Yes, I do. I did like it a lot. I'm glad how it ended.
I like it a lot.
Yes, it was a good season. So please, if you guys have given up, after season or in the middle of season 3, go ahead and can finish it just so you at least know where the story's going, and then go into part 4 knowing that you're going to be like, woohoo! You're going to cruise right through 4 because you're going to want to see it through to the end. I promise.
So is this the last one? Did you?
Yeah, season 4 is the very last one.
Shoot.
And then I watched season 3 of Sweet Magnolias on Netflix. Oh, you guys, I hope this gets renewed for season 4. Luckily, this season did not end on a cliffhanger like season 2 did, so I do appreciate that if for some reason it doesn't come back. But there is so much more story to tell. I really enjoyed this season and getting back into the relationships of everybody. My favorite couple is Cal and Maddie. For those who watch, I'm so glad they worked things out and they ended on a high note. It's just a really cute show. Yes, it kind of reminds you of Hallmark stuff, but not as cheesy, I promise. Not as cheesy. It's just a good thing about relationships and these 3 best friends and their ups and downs, and
So it's not creepy at all?
No, sorry, no creepiness at all. Nothing scary at all.
Well, shoot.
Nothing insidious at all. No.
Dang it.
No, it's a good feel-good show. And then I will mention, yes, as I mentioned earlier, I did watch The Witcher season 2, part 2. Do I like where we ended with Henry? It's all right. I was hoping for more in terms of what his last hoorah would be, but it was all right.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. But I will say that the part 2, action-wise and everything, way better than part 1.
So you did see the second part?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm still on the first part.
Yes.
So,
I watched. Yeah, part 2, which is 3 episodes, just in case you're wondering. 3 episodes to finish it out.
Was that all? I thought there were going to be 5.
No, just 3 more.
Oh, shoot.
That's why I'm like, y'all didn't even need to split that into 2 parts. You should just split all the episodes. It's just 3 people that came out anyway. So it was
3 people, huh?
3
people
episodes. Sorry, 3 episodes. People that came out in part 2. So,
okay.
But they were great 3 episodes. And yeah, like I said, it was okay, his ending. I see why they ended it that way, or why they ended it that way, to make a smoother transition to Liam. I see where they were going. It just, I just wanted more for him.
Okay.
What can you say?
Right.
So that's what I watched.
Okay. Well, that's great. Well, like her, I did see Mission Impossible with her, and I saw the first part of The Witcher, but not the second. So I'm excited to watch that. But I went to see Oppenheimer in theaters, and wow, it's a fantastic show. I would like to see it again because it is a long show. It's 3 hours 15 minutes, and there's it's kind of over my head, and I've heard this from a lot of people, so I didn't feel so stupid. It was from a physicist's point of view, and these people are scientists, and so they're creating this atom bomb, and so them just talking about it, I just think if I go and see it again that I will grasp it a little bit better. But the acting was amazing. It's a great story, so if you haven't seen it, definitely make a plan to see it, but make sure you're not tired. Make sure that you're focusing on what is going on.
Yes.
And I think that for me, I would give this like a 4.
Okay.
Possibly 4.5, but it's still a great movie. And then I watched the Wham documentary on Netflix. Oh my gosh, I was one of the biggest Wham fans, George Michael fan. Whenever I see him, I still get that. I love this man. I know he's gay. That's fine, but man, do I still love him, and what a talented group they were, and the friendship that those two had was truly amazing. So it's sad that he is no longer among us, George Michael, but it's a great documentary. I really enjoyed it. And then I did see, just recently, it's called The Ritual Killings, and it's on Hulu, and it's with Morgan Freeman, who I am a huge fan of, and Cole Hauser from Yellowstone, also a huge fan. He played a detective, which, you know what, that's a great part for him too, probably because of his presence. But it's basically about a detective who hunts an international murderer committing ritualistic killings in a small Mississippi town. And he seeks help from an anthropology professor, who's Morgan Freeman, who's an expert on the ancient rituals being performed. So, these people come up missing or they die, and it spans across, the world. And it's like, what is happening here? And so, it goes from I believe it's Italy to Mississippi. And the same thing happens in these different places. So anyway, I really found it pretty cool. It's one of those endings too where it's like, huh? What just happened?
Oh, okay.
Kind of one of those endings where it's kind of a shocker ending, not bam, that's it. And well, it was kind of bam, that's it, but I don't know how really how else to explain it, but I did like it. I did enjoy it. So
okay.
Give it a whirl, people.
Now it's time for some movie trailer talk. So first up, we have Bob Marley, One Love. This will be out January 12th of next year and stars Kingsley Ben-Adir, who is just having a time because he was in the Barbie movie, folks, just so you know. He's one of the Kens. And I just recently saw him. I just realized I didn't talk about it, but I just recently saw him in Secret Invasion on Disney+. I'll get to that next time. And then also stars Lashana Lynch from the James Bond movies. So this looks really good. Obviously, it's about Bob Marley and his life as a star and then his native Jamaica. So it looks good.
Yeah, I'm a huge Bob Marley fan, and I thought this looked really good. So I'm excited to see it.
And Kingsley Ben-Adir being a newer actor, it's good. He's not as well known. I mean, like I said, I'm probably one of those rare people who have seen the 3 things he's done, weirdly enough. But other than that, I know I'd already heard some complaints that they got someone who's British. Okay,
but
if he can do the accent, okay, I don't think that should be nitpicky. Let's not be too nitpicky about these things, people. Anyway, I think it looks really good.
Now, if we had a white guy playing Bob Marley, that would be a problem.
Yes,
I could see that being a problem, but really, he's British. Who cares?
Yeah,
to me, he looked like Bob Marley. He did.
Yeah, he did. It was a really good likeness. I thought so too.
Just do him justice.
Then we have The Retirement Plan. This will be out August 25th and stars Nicolas Cage and Ashley Greene. So this looks funny. Nicolas Cage at his most unhinged self. Love it. That's where he thrives, people. when he would make it's funny. It's like when he's playing someone. Basically, it looks like an ex, probably CIA agent or something like that. Anyway,
An assassin.
And so, that's right, an assassin. And so, his daughter comes to him for some help, and he ends up kicking some butts, basically.
It looks silly to me.
It looks silly. Okay.
I'm like, we've been there, done this, and got the T-shirt. This whole, I don't know if it's looks good enough that I want to see it, but
okay.
But anyway,
Fair.
Nicolas Cage, it's I like him.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I as I said, I like him too.
It's like something serious that they're trying to make funny, and I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay.
I don't know, but I'm always open. I don't want to say, oh, it looks stupid, but
I mean, you can say it looks stupid.
It just looks silly. It's just a little silly, and but I don't know. It could be really, really funny. So
that's true.
You never know with trailers.
That's true. Y'all take a look at it and let us know what you think on that one. And then the last one will be Saw X or Saw 10, however you guys want to look at it. This will be out September 29th and stars Tobin Bell, Shawnee Smith, and Stephen Brand. I am a fan of the Saws. I've seen all the Saws. This one will take place between Saw 1 and 2 and gives us the backstory, mini spoiler alert, as to how the fact that Jigsaw has cancer and what happened. Because once number 2 starts, the cancer's there. He's about to die at this point, and so you never got any type of story as to what happened, before that or right when he was diagnosed. So this movie is taking you there, folks, and I think it looks great. It looks like it's a return to form. Because as they went on, they did get sillier, but I think part of that problem was because the Jigsaw character was not involved. It was relying on
it's a slasher flick.
So, anyway, I enjoy these for the most part, so I'm definitely on board to see this.
So that's really interesting that you really like these, because there's explain it, because even though it's a slasher flick, not Slayer but slasher, that's what I'm going for, a slasher, which I don't care for, but you had me at that.
Well, I've always said that the storyline is good,
right? And so does the gruesome nature of this, does it bother you at all, or do you feel like the storyline is such that it is totally acceptable and it's maybe not as bothersome because of the storyline? Does that make sense?
I do think originally it didn't bother me as much because I was into the storyline. Nowadays, I've seen so much worse since then that it wouldn't bother me because I've seen much worse.
Right.
But I think when I initially watched it, I was like, but I was so into the story, I didn't pay as much attention to the games that people were getting hurt in.
Oh, okay.
It was just kind of like, it was like a side note to me. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I still want to go back and revisit these based on, kind of what you've said.
Yes, you should. You do. You're gonna have to kind of. I mean, I wouldn't say pay like Oppenheimer attention. You're gonna pay attention because it's a continual thread of story.
Oh, okay.
And something will come up, and then you'll be like, "Oh my God, I remember," and you see how it all connects. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So, yay! So, what I see is 3 good options, or at least 2, and then 1 semi-good option, according to Rochelle.
All right. Well, I think that's it for this week and for last week too. Thanks so much for listening. We had fun as usual, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. Please give us a review or comment, as it really does help us out. And you can follow us on Instagram at movies_munchies_moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you, guys.